starters for the visiting Atlanta Hawks. At power forward, Mohamed Gee. At the other forward position, Zachary Rizachez. At center, Onyeka Okongwu. At shooting guard, Dyson Daniels. At the other guard position, Trey Young. The head coach of the visiting team is Quinn Snyder.
We welcome you to Noche and Beyond on 2K Sports. From the attire to the food, the players' jerseys, tonight a celebration of the Latin culture. Along with Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. Hall of Famer David Aldridge will be joining us from the sidelines moments from now. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Alperen Şengün.
On the boards, he's been a much bigger presence these last few years than he had been prior. And he can be counted on now to make an impact with his rebounding. And that's part of all the work he's put in down low.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. You've got Okongwu. Daniels out there with Young. Then there's Rizachez. And Gay is in at the 4 for the Rockets. At the guard position, Van Vliet in green. Tari Easton is out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Brooks in at the 3 slot. Stan, both teams here love to get out and run the floor.
Oh, yeah, this pace is going to be incredible. Our heads will literally be on a swivel tonight, Kevin, and we're going to see a lot of plays in transition and maybe a lot of turnovers as well.
Well, we're buckled in either way. Here's Rizachez. Brooks covering. Okongwu. Pass to Rizachez. No good with the triple. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
I was able to talk with Ime Udoka for a minute. Now, I asked him about trying to slow down Trey Young, and the coach said you have to get the ball out of his hands. He can hurt you with the pass and with his shot. I'm not going to be surprised if you see them blitzing and doubling him a good portion of the game. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Here's Atlanta. Here's Young. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels.
Yeah, you love to see that. Really solid stuff from Young in close.
Now here's Van Vliet. Over Young. Sinks the 15-footer.
And this team looking to get him the ball and get him in rhythm quickly.
Yeah, it's a good start for him. Let's see if they can keep getting him the ball in that area.
Now, here is Young, coming off 31 points last game.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
And that is first class right there. Can you believe that dunk?
I'm not sure, Greg, I can. To the wing on the left. Here's Gay. He's covered by Eason. Young against Van Vliet. Young's shot is off.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
And there's Van Vliet on the assist by Brooks. Van Vliet's got 5.
And count on Van Vliet to hit that three-point shot. He's an efficient scorer from beyond the arc.
On the wing, Daniels, headed by Green. To the inside. And it's blocked by Şengün.
You can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Young against Van Vliet. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 7 points in the game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Incredible for his age. The decision-making of Şengün GA is very impressive.
So calm when he sees a double coming. Reads and reacts with ease when he's on the block or at the nail. Reminds you of a young Jokic with how he sees the game.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
Now on the court, it's your
And it's time for a look at our rookie leaderboard to see which rookies have been the most dangerous scorers in the league over the last 10 games. Third is Zaccharie Risacher.
He gave them a luxury in those games that a lot of teams just don't have. I mean, being able to plug a rookie in and know he's going to carry his weight offensively.
First quarter of play, we're about 3 minutes in. To stop the run. And Young with the nice bucket inside.
assistant.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
Here's Brooks. Misses in close. The Hawks trail by 5. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Daniels. From the left block, he sends it through.
What focus by Daniels. The bump didn't deter him.
Van Vliet outside over Young. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
And Young kicks to Daniels. Okongwu with the screen for Young. He's looking for Okongwu and finds him.
Well, Young is so good in that pick and roll. He knows what the defense is going to do and then just sets up his teammate.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 7. They kick it out to Green. And the 3 off target. Hawks have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Pass to Young. Now Risacher. Here's Gay. Şengün covering. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Risacher. A miss that time. Would have put him up.
Tough to hit that shot when the D is all over you like that.
Green, the pass to Eason. That one's off. He's now 1 for 2. And so Young will bring it up for the Hawks. They trail by 1. Their last encounter was in Atlanta.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, it's often a game of very slim margins, and those close losses somehow sting even more.
Now here's Van Vliet. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. Pass to Şengün. To end the cold streak. That's good from Van Vliet on the assist by Şengün. Van Vliet's got 10 points in the game. The Hawks trail by 4. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Rizachet. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Charlotte. Young outside. Pulls from the top of the key. Eason grabs the board.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
Van Vliet finds Şengün. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Entering the home stretch of the season, GA, how excited are you for the play-in tournament?
Oh, it's a lot of fun, Kevin. You can go from a 10th seed to making the playoffs. It makes this part of the year that much more entertaining.
That free throw, no good. GA, if you look back at the Rockets' history, so many all-time greats have spent time there.
Yeah, it's an impressive list, right? Olajuwon, Moses Malone, Calvin Murphy, and Harden. Houston's well represented in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, and the Hawks making a change here. Krejci's checked in. And he can't hit the second.
Competitive, selfless, and a high basketball IQ. Şengün with the traits every coach loves.
And that one's good. Daniels.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
For Houston, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Now, here's Şengün. Nothing on the board. Houston moving it around. To the paint. It's tipped. Green inside the three-point line. Nice shot from the wing. And the Rockets lead by 4.
Oh, not even thinking about it. When Green is catching and firing like that, you know he's feeling it.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team.
Let's give a warm right now to your Black City, Texas.
Right now, let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Atlanta. Right now, if the playoffs started, they would have the 7th seed.
And right now for the Hawks, they had much bigger things in mind when the season started. They didn't think of themselves as a middle-of-the-road club, but right now, that's where they are.
Yeah, they wanted to accomplish more this season, but things haven't quite worked out. Some bad breaks along the way.
Here's Krejci. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. The 9-foot shot. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Young's got 6 points.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Green taking his time here. Pass to Eason. Houston needs to get a shot. Shoots the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks trail it. Here's Krejci. Scoreless thus far. Here's Gabe. Young outside. The 10-footer. And there's Okongwu. That's good on the assist by Young. Okongwu's now got it all tied up now for the Hawks. Houston's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. I asked Quinn Snyder what he enjoys most about coaching, and the Hawks coach said the opportunity to compete in such an intense way. Also, the tactics of the game and the intellectual part of player development. It's rewarding to see and have a part in someone's growth and improvement. Kevin?
David, that's coaching, right? Growth and development. A mind for the game for sure. I've always respected Coach Snyder.
Well, he's lights out when he has space. Trae Young, one of the best shooters in the league.
Van Vliet kicks to Şengün. Pass to Green. Atlanta with the rebound. Gay's got his 6th rebound on the night. Young up top, covered by Van Vliet. Young's shot is off.
Well, clearly it hasn't been his best game offensively, but collectively, they've still found a way to get the lead.
And that one drops.
Putting his size to use. Green's got great length, and it helps him there inside.
Here's Krejci. Brooks covering. Pass to Okongwu. And here's Young. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
Well, when you have a guy scoring like he is, you redraw every play to be about getting him the ball.
We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Houston with a big group substitution here. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jabari Smith comes in for Tari Eason. Tate, he's checked in for Dylan Brooks. And it's Whitmore in for Fred Van Vliet. Whitmore with it. LeVert defending.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
This is what I love about Whitmore, his fearless attitude and that ability to draw foul.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Hawks.
Well, they're in a great flow. The ball's moving. All those assisted buckets means the offense is running well.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
The first one falls. Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
Şengün's checked in for the Rockets. Aaron Holiday comes in for Green, and both free throws good for Whitmore. And with this era of the Atlanta Hawks, Greg, they've gone as far as their defense has let them.
You look back at their conference finals run in 21, that was the last time they had a top 10 defense. So scoring's never been the issue with this core, but defense has been non-existent.
A lot of give and take between these sides early.
And both teams look like they came to play. We should have a good one.
Şengün with a screen on LeVert. And that one's good, Whitmore.
And those are the kinds of shots that give rookies like Whitmore so much confidence.
There's 1:17 left in the first. Capella with a screen on Tate. Driving to the basket. Offensive rebound.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Now Whitmore. He's got 5. And Capella sends it back.
Offensively, you have to be aware of Capella. He is a block master.
And that one's good, Reza Shea.
Well, look, he's struggled so far, but maybe that basket is all he needs to get going.
Now here's LeVert. Whitmore defending. Pass to Krejci. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Atlanta shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
At the line for the Hawks, Krejci, 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Here's Tate. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
That's their first personal foul. Third team foul. At the line for Houston, Jason Tate. At the line, shooting one.
And that one misses. Atlanta's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. Rizachet with it. They look to him for part of their offensive attack. Right now, he averages nearly 12 points a game. Capella with a screen on Tate. Lets it fly. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
Well, it's good to have a player on the floor with that kind of awareness. He recognized the situation.
Guys, it's been all about Fred VanVleet for the Houston Rockets. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be right back after this. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. And when you consider how the Rockets are doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Yeah, they gave the other team no time to breathe. Every time they got the ball, they were off to the races. And you see how effective this aggressive mindset can be.
The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then it's Cam Whitmore. Then there's Jason Tate, and it's Holiday in at the point guard. Sexton's on the floor for the Rockets.
Well, Capella shot his fair share of free throws. Not his expertise at this point.
Atlanta shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
First one falls for him. This league, Stan, is so deep with talent. Are there any players who you think get overlooked in the conversation?
That's a great question, Kevin. I mean, there are some guys who I think get underrated because they play with other guys who are so talented and draw the attention. One guy that I have really seen lately that I think has been better than people think is Grayson Allen. The best three-point shooter, or one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, and a very underrated defender.
And he's evolving, isn't he? Looks like he's working on other parts of his game, but he's always been able to shoot, which has been his calling card.
And he's a much more athletic guy than people give him credit for.
Here's Krejci after the Rockets pick up 3. And here is Capella. Pass to Krejci. Hawks passing it around. LeVert from outside. It's good from long range. LeVert's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. Now Smith. He's covered by Niang. Rebounded by the Hawks.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Now here's LeVert. Whitmore defending. Trains it from beyond the arc.
A solid passer. at his position. LeVert excels at finding his teammates when they're open.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Pass to Şengün. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Clint Capella.
You watch Şengün, he has all the moves on the interior.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Hey, Greg, where do you think the Rockets are the strongest in their play?
I'd say on the glass. They generally do a good job crashing the boards and going for loose balls. They really value every possession.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. What a unique resume for Coach Quinn Snyder. Stan, he's coached in college. He's been overseas as a head coach. He's been in the G League, and now he is back in the NBA.
Yeah, and this guy's just a great coach. He's had teams that perform well at both ends of the floor. He's won everywhere he's been, and he's the only NBA coach I know of that's got a law degree on top of it.
So he's smart and he can coach. Oh, and by the way, he had a pretty good mentor in college, didn't he?
He certainly did.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Pass to Rizachet. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. And Rizachet, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch, at his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
And the first one drops. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Down low. And Şengün throws it down.
Great timing and a really good read there from Şengün. Spaces the floor and is rewarded.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
Welcome to the floor,
As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Western Conference standings. You look at Houston. They're second in the conference and looking to finish strong heading into the playoffs.
Well, for the Rockets, they've been ruthless competitors all season long. I mean, they've assured themselves of plenty of home games in the postseason. Let's see if they can take advantage.
Rockets on defense. LeVert from outside. A three-pointer is right on target. LeVert's got 6 points.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Whitmore. Drops in the layup for 2.
Yeah, that's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Here's Krejci, guarded by Holiday. Pass to Rizachet. Out of bounds. Houston takes possession. Here's what the Hawks have lined up on their schedule. On Saturday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Sunday, they'll face off against Paul George and the Philadelphia 76ers.
And for that game against Miami, there aren't many other meetings that are as evenly matched as this one. Both teams can give and take punches, and this one, I think, is going to come down to the wire.
Well, that's why he's out there using his size in the paint.
A nice shot by LeVert. And it's 8 points for Karis LeVert.
It took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Here's Whitmore. LeVert defending, and it goes out of bounds. That one is off Smith. And here we can check out the story for Jalen Green.
And right now, he's in one of those grooves where he has a tremendous feel for the game. His assist numbers these past 5 look a lot different than from the rest of the season. And by different, I mean better.
And for Atlanta, they come in off a good outing against Charlotte.
Yeah, their long-range artillery hit the mark more often than not. A great equalizer when you're on the road.
Well, they shot it well because of how selfless they were. You need that kind of chemistry and cohesion on the road.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Capella against Şengün. It's a hand on it, and it's put back up and in by Capella. And the Hawks lead by 3.
Yeah, I can't tell you what a difference second chance points make in a game. That can be the factor that swings the outcome.
Now here's Van Vliet. He's got 10. The 10-footer. And it falls over the rim and in. Van Vliet's got 12 points in the game.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Van Vliet against LeVert. Capella with a screen on Van Vliet. It's tipped and stolen by Şengün. For the finish, and Whitmore throws it down.
Oh, really strong outing from Whitmore. You see the potential for greatness.
LeVert against Van Vliet. The kick out to Matthews. Screen by Niang. Matthews, no good. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for Houston. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
I mean, big-time win, bigger-time third-quarter comeback, and definitely a great game for us to watch as well.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Alperen Şengün is a weapon on the block. Coach Ime Udoka said there are not a ton of true low-post threats in the NBA nowadays. Joel Embiid, Jokic, I don't know how many others there are anymore. Alpe's had success against pretty much everybody that's guarded him. Kevin, his footwork is indeed high level.
DA, totally agree. Great footwork. Moves on moves, I've always said. Now, man. Following the miss by Fred Van Vliet from deep. Shot clock at 5. Over Smith. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got 11 rebounds in the game. Eason against Capella. Inside. Kicks it out to Van Vliet. Off target from three-point range.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Van Vliet against LeVert. Pass to man. Here's Niang. He has 5. Floats one up. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
Well, his offense is carrying them right now. And even with the defense keying on him, he's making great adjustments on the fly.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Get loud, man. On the court is yours.
For the Rockets, He's checked in for Şengün. And Jalen Green subbed in for Whitmore. So it's the Rockets now. Now Eason. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Pass to Rizachet. Here's Gay. Buries the long-range jumper. Gay's got the lead up to 6 now for the Hawks.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Here's Brooks. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Atlanta has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. It's Young on the wing, covered by Van Vliet. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And here are the Rockets now. 6-point game. Smith outside. Back to Van Vliet. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Van Vliet's got 5 points now in the quarter.
It's been all Van Vliet tonight. One of the best undrafted players in league history.
Pass to Daniels. And there's the defensive 3-second call. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the decel the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Yeah, you know, guys, the amount of offense that Young creates for himself and his teammates is staggering. This guy does it all.
To the left side wing. Daniels with it, working on Green. Daniels, no good. It's trailed by 4. To the middle. And the dunk by Eason.
And Smith already understands that you have to be unselfish if you're going to gain the respect of your teammates and coaches.
Here is Daniels, guarded by Green. Okongwu, the pass to Young. Young is double. Daniels from outside. The offensive rebound. Okongwu a screen. Atlanta again missing.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Greg, what's the key thing Fred VanVleet brings to this offense?
I feel like he's really a centering presence, Kevin. The guys can look to him to call the play, to give them their orders, and trust that he's setting them up for success.
Free throw good, Van Vliet.
And you know, it takes an intelligent player to match up with bigger guys and win. Fred VanVleet is that player. He can outsmart guys who have, on paper, the advantage.
That one drops. He ties it up. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Pass to Gay. Down low. Stolen by Brooks. And here we go. Fast break. Van Vliet got it. And the dunk by Smith.
This is the belief Smith's teammates have in him, which is why they look for him to take that shot.
Now, here's Okongwu. And here's Daniels. Right wing, stolen by Brooks. Fast break, here they come. Here's Smith. And he banks in the layup. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Houston.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And another thing they've done so well is convert fast break opportunities. Great job trusting their guys and getting those easy ones.
Here's Van Vliet following the bucket by the Hawks. That drops and it comes off an assist from Brooks. Van Vliet's got 9 points in the quarter.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Pass to Rizichet. Back to Young. There's 48 seconds left now here in the second. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, this is what Young is capable of every time he steps on the floor. He is a one-man offensive machine.
Here's Eason. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. For three, Van Vliet score the basket. His 8 for 13 from the floor.
And you can tell he's looking for his shot. He just believes in it.
Well, yeah, and the defense is going to have to respond to that and chase him off the arc.
Takes the 13-footer. It'll go. The Rocket lead is cut down to 2 on the bucket from Young.
Well, he is such a confident shooter. Young just taking what the defense gives him.
And Van Vliet, here we go. Count that bucket. Van Vliet's got 24.
Well, they have to be thrilled with how reliable he's been tonight.
The tray. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And some good action through the first 2 quarters. Rockets on top. They're up by 4. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. With Quinn Snyder, Coach, they came at you offensively. So what has to change for you defensively?
Well, a lot, obviously, with everybody on the floor. They're capable of doing this, but we're not. It's just too easy.
Got to tighten things up as we go along. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this.
Glad you could join us. The story tonight for the Houston Rockets through 2 quarters, a tightly contested matchup.
Total team effort. Instead of 5 starters, it's like they've got 7 or 8 guys getting it done. That's how good the reserves have been tonight, guys.
Lots of interchangeable parts. They can throw different lineups at you. Keeps you guessing. And now, as the regular season marches on, here's how things look in the West as we near the final stretch.
You know, for the Rockets, they're right where they want to be, and they're right where they should be. Now it's a matter of getting everything in place for the title run. These guys will be tough to beat in a 7-game series.
And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Fred Van Vliet has been sensational.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
The Hawks trail by 4. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. Daniels out there with Trae Young. Then it's Okongwu. Then there's Rizichet. And Gay is in at the 4. Now, here is Young. Out to the right wing. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Rizichet. Brooks grabs the board.
Yeah, tough to make those jumpers when you are guarded that closely.
Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Look at Green just taking off and throwing it down right in the face of the defense.
Riza-Shea sets the screen for Young. Okongwu kicks to Young. Back to Okongwu. He gets that one. Okongwu's now got 6 points.
You know, an awesome decision maker in that pick and roll. Young taking whatever he sees in these sets.
Back to Van Vliet. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Dan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the 2 biggest would be this. I think number 1, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again. And then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just, excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And the second free throw, good. And so it's Young who brings it up for the Hawks. 90 seconds now into the second half. Young is double. Just 5 to shoot. A shot by Okongwu, no good. Rockets leading by 5. Inside, here's Van Vliet. Trae Young grabs the miss. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. It's rebounded by Houston. Şengün's got 13 rebounds in the game. Pass eating. Van Vliet against Young. Pass to Şengün. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Young. 17 points in the game. Here's Riza-Shea. Back to Young. The Hawks working the ball around. Tries again. And Riza-Shea lays it in. Riza-Shea's got 10.
And if I'm his coach, I'm very pleased with this kind of energy on the offensive glass. Textbook play.
Brooks feeling it out a bit. Trying to find Van Vliet and gets it to him. That one goes. Count it. Van Vliet's got the lead up to 7 now for the Rockets. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
The Army, the one and only, What City, Texas!
Now let's take a moment to check out the stats for Green. He's been dominant over the last month, averaging about 22 points per, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds. And he is such a huge part of what this team does on offense.
Yeah, their entire system would look different if they didn't have this guy to depend on.
Pass to Gay. Young pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Yeah, he's a terrific distributor. When you leave someone open on Young's team, he's going to find him.
He's in with it. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Van Vliet. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got his 6th rebound on the night. Van Vliet against Young. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, and when he gets inside, Trae Young is an expert at finding contact and getting to the free throw line.
And these are his second and third free throws tonight. First free throw is good.
And not the guy you want to send to the line. Young's teammates love to see him at the stripe.
And so he makes both from the line.
Yeah, great effort tonight, and he's been rewarded with trips to the line.
Outside, Green. To the paint, here's Brooks. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Brooks has got his second basket of the night.
Oh, nice play from Brooks down in the paint. Not afraid to get physical on the inside.
Pass to Okongwu. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen. And now here is our rookie watch. Since the All-Star break, these have been the best three-point shooters of the NBA's freshman crop. Third is Zaccharie Rizachet.
And his shot starting to fall consistently here the second half of the season. Credit him for staying in the gym, putting in the work, and continuing his development.
Now here's Green. 6 points for him. Shot on the wing. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
On the wing, Green. Covered by Okongwu. It's good.
And that's tough if you're the defense. Green just beating them with better O.
Pass to Rizachet. Young against Van Vliet. Okongwu with a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Young. Count it. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play. And Van Vliet picks one up.
Well, he may not be imposing physically, but Young's skill set enables him to score through the contact.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach so far that we've seen for the Rockets?
Well, the defense hasn't done nearly a good enough job of getting back in transition, and they've taken advantage, racking up fast break points against them.
And they've also not only created turnovers tonight, but converted on them. All game long, that strategy has been paying off.
Rockets leading by 4. Van Vliet deciding where to go with it. Rocket 6. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
And high-quality numbers for him all season long. How about 81 from the line?
Houston making a switch. Smith has checked in. Throw good, Van Vliet. The Hawks trail by 7. Young outside. It counts, and the foul.
Defensive foul.
It's going to be on Alperen Sengun.
Such a creative finisher. Young will find a way, even with the defender all over.
The Hawks have made 7 free throws and missed 3 in this game.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Rockets leading by 4. Van Vliet passes to Eason. Back to Van Vliet. Atlanta with the rebound. Young for three. Rockets with the rebound. Şengün's got 14. Yep, 14 rebounds for him tonight. Wow. Here's Van Vliet. Gay with the rebound. Gay has got 8 rebounds in this game. Rizajay with it. He's got 10. Okongwu kicks to Young. Yep, that one goes. And now it's 27 points for Trae Young.
Well, if they can come back and take the lead, this will be because he's carrying it. This quarter's been all about him and his offense. Well, he had a great first half from three-point range, but hasn't quite gotten his touchback since the break.
Here's Daniels. And they're unable to get the tying basket there. And so Green will bring it up for Houston. The lead is 2. That'll be the first half of a 2-game trip. Young outside. Can't tie it up as that one's no good.
I'm sure he'd like to have that back. That's a missed opportunity.
And the dunk by Eason.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here is Young. 27 points for him. Pass to Gay. Back to Daniels. 5 to shoot. Okongwu with a screen on Green. And stolen by Şengün. Smith drives in. And Smith with the stop.
And I like this play by Smith. Leaping up off the drive to hand deliver it to the basket.
Rizajay with it. Eason on him. Now Rizajay. He's got 10. Young outside. From outside the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
Van Vliet finds Şengün. Smith feeling it out a bit. Pass to Van Vliet. Over Young. And it's Houston with another.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game. And he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
It's Young on the wing, covered by Van Vliet. Now Rizajay. They get a hand on it. And it's the Rockets on the break. Here's Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And don't look now, but they're starting to extend this lead.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
Here's Rizajay, and the foul on Tari Eason. That'll be his second foul of the game. Houston making some changes. Adams, he's checked in for Şengün. Jay Shanti comes in for Tari Eason. And it's Whitmore in for Fred Van Vliet. Here's Mann. No scoring in this one. To the inside. Gay. And a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Outside, Green. It's Tate, top of the key. Houston moving it around. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go from the wing. But put back. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks trail by 8. Here's Krejci. Pass to Gay. Now here's LeVert.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Jacks up a 3.
2 minutes.
It's rebounded by Houston.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Smith. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Oh, love the determination Smith showed there, refusing to let the contact alter his shot.
To the wing right side. Okongwu, the pass to man. Here's Krejci, covered by Green. And here's LeVert. He's got 10, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And let's take a look now at LeVert's numbers. Over the last month, getting it done. He's getting around 16 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And most of all, you have to love the defensive grit he brings to games when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I loved having options like him off the bench. Guys who bring effort. They can change the attitude of a team.
Aaron Holiday is checked in for Houston. Outside, Green from the arc. Atlanta with the rebound. Capella's got 7 rebounds in the game. Adams against LeVert. Pass to Krejci. Back to LeVert. Niang with the ball. Clock at 4. No coverage that time. Niang's got 7.
And how about the recognition there from LeVert? The coaching staff will appreciate that kind of ball movement.
Adams outside. There's 45 seconds left here in the third quarter. And it's Smith missing.
Well, that's the look he wanted, but the defense doing just enough to impact that shot.
Here's man, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
And the first one at the line is good. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Rockets leading by 7. Inside. Now 8 seconds separate the 2 clocks. And it's Green missing. Atlanta's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Out left to the wing. Green against LeVert. Misses from short range. And we've reached the end of the third. Rockets lead by 7. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Now that is an elite level dish. What a great passer.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The post pair form, it'll be Smith and Şengün. Then there's Jayshawn Tate. Then it's Cam Whitmore. And it's Holiday in at the 1 spot. It's the 5 for Houston right now.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Capella kicks to LeVert. Aston Niang. Now, man. And the 3 ball is good.
If you came to watch a scoring battle, you're in the right place.
Yeah, and how great have these offenses been for these teams tonight? Just fantastic execution.
And here is Şengün. Capella covering. Şengün no good. The Hawks trail by 6. LeVert with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. LeVert kicks to Niang. Back to LeVert. Pass to Mann. Going inside, and it's blocked by Şengün.
Using that length, Şengün timing the block.
Holiday against LeVert. High post, Şengün. Shoots over Capella. Şengün, no good. Atlanta shooting at 51%. Really solid. Niang with the ball. He's against Smith. Mann with it. Shoots over Tate. Mann can't hit. Rockets leading by 6. Now Tate. Pass to Holiday. Şengün with the ball. Now here's Tate. Defended by Mann. The kick out to Holiday. Another miss by Houston. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Mann. Niang with the ball. Covered by Smith. They set the pick. Here's Krejci. And it's good for 2. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Houston. Around 3 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throws it down.
Even without the explosive athleticism, Şengün still able to play above the rim.
Krejci passes to LeVert. Pass to Krejci. Now Niang gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Confident and composed on the three-point shot at a critical juncture.
Now Whitmore. Holiday sets the pick for Whitmore. Makes it off the glass. And the Rockets lead by 5.
And he might be a rookie, but Whitmore can play some bully ball. He will get it inside and be as physical as anybody.
Now here's LeVert. Here's Niang. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now here's Tate. Defended by Mann. The wide open look here for Holiday. Connects from 3-point range. And now it's an 8-point Rocket lead. Now here's LeVert. Whitmore defending. Now here's LeVert. Here's Mann. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Smith gets to Holiday. Pass to Şengün. And Capella sends it back.
Quick off the floor, has that long reach. Capella there with the intimidation.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to shoot his way out of this one or not.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Personal foul. First team foul.
For the Rockets, bodies checked in, and it's Williams in for Whitmore.
1 shot.
Free throws off from LeVert. Houston leading by 6. To the middle. Here's Smith. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And you see how fast Smith leaks out. He loves running in the open floor.
takes a step back. Here's Young. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Young's got 12 points here in the second half.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Tari Eason's checked in for Houston. Jalen Green comes in for Williams. Reza Shea, he's checked in for Atlanta. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. Now, he kept it simple in the huddle. He said, play smart. If we don't beat ourselves, we walk away with the win. Keep it simple, and we got this. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 6. Young inside. Covered by Van Vliet. And it goes down 2 points. Young's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, despite them being behind, he's been impressive. But he can't do it all by himself.
Van Vliet outside. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Van Vliet's got 35. Atlanta's gone 2 or 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Okongwu with a screen on Van Vliet. Young for 3. It's rebounded by Houston. Van Vliet outside. Houston moving the ball around. Smith finds Van Vliet. Pass to Green. Rocket 2 for 3. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Hawks trail by 7. And here's Daniels. Here's Gay. Here's Reza Shea. No good from outside. To the paint. Here's Smith. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. 14 points for Smith.
And this is why you let Smith work inside. He's adept at knowing how to finish in traffic.
Here's Reza Shea. He's covered by Eason. Young against Van Vliet. That's good. The Houston leaders cut down to 7 points thanks to the hoop from Young. And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Houston Rockets. Smith outside. Back to Van Vliet. Over Young. And he didn't get quite enough under that one. The Hawks trail by 7. Drives to the hoop. The Rockets pull it in. Şengün's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Back to Smith. Van Vliet outside. Over Young. And there's Van Vliet on the assist by Smith. Van Vliet's got 5 points in the quarter. The Hawks have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Back to Young. Lets it go from deep, and he's good on the 3 ball. Young's got 36.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game, first here in this second half.
Pass to Eason. Smith left side. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
First personal foul.
Taken 3rd overall in 2022, Smith, instead of trying to take the league by storm, he was looking for ways to fit in within the system. And that's what coaches love about players like him.
And he knocks down the first one. Dylan Brooks. He's checked in for Houston. Good on both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Pass to Daniels. Back to Young. Here's Ricochet. Down low. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Rockets leading by 6. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Tari Eason's checked in for Jabari Smith. Here's Şengün. Green kicks to Brooks. Clock at 6. And it's Ricochet with the rebound. The Hawks trail by 6. Daniels passes to Young. Back to Daniels for the 3. That's in, coming off the assist from Young. Young's got his 6th assist on the night.
And look, Daniels knows he has to keep working on his jumper. And these kind of shots only improve his confidence.
Oh, here's Van Vliet. And here's Green outside. Gay with the rebound. Gay's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Well-placed alley pass into the layup. And it's now only a 1-point Rocket lead.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
Yeah, you know, I like how they're not relying on just one guy to get it done. They're sharing the ball and keeping the defense guessing. Yeah, that's a missed opportunity. Great look, just couldn't finish.
Young's shot is off. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Houston. They've led by as much as 10. Pass to Brooks. An easy 2 points on the layup. 6 points for Dylan Brooks.
Well, Brooks is always working hard for this team, and here it pays off with a huge basket.
And here's Young from the arc. It doesn't go for him.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Okongwu grabs the board.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Ricochet with it. He's covered by Eason. Okongwu with a screen on Green. Kept alive. Pass to Daniels. Here's the screen. Second shot opportunity. It's in! And what a sensational bucket to bring them within 1.
Big-time basket at a big-time moment.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
"17 seconds left in the 4th quarter, and he commits the intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
At the line for your Rockets, Dylan Brooks. 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good. Heartbreaker. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that will put them up by 2. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. What do you think we're going to see here?
And they've got plenty of time to get a basket.
No doubt, but they might have to draw up something that the defense isn't expecting.
Young looking it over. With the drive. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game. Young's got 38 points. And we've got a timeout called from Ime Udoka. Pivotal moment in this game. He's not taking any chances. He'll call time.
Attention fans, now on the court.
5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. The magnitude at this juncture in the game clearly warranting a timeout. To win it. Oh, and he had a chance to win it right there, but couldn't get it to fall. And regulation now complete. These teams have battled tooth and nail for 4 quarters, and now we head to overtime. Should be a blast. Running the wings, they'll go with Green and Brooks. Alperen Şengün out there with Tari Eason. And it's Van Vliet in at the point guard position. Now, here is Young. Shoots over Van Vliet. Young, no good. And so Green will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. They've led by as much as 10. Inside, they double-team Şengün. Easton passes it to Van Vliet. That 3 off the mark. Hawks shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Pass to Young. To the inside.
Well, Trae Young is one of the most gifted playmakers we have in the game.
Trae Young.
Rockets trail. It's extra time here, just over a minute into overtime. To the middle. Van Vliet kicks to Brooks. And here's Green outside. Drills it from outside.
Green knows that he needs to take and make threes at a good clip. Nice shot there.
Pass to Rizachet. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And the dunk by Rizachet.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
And here are the Rockets now. After the basket by Atlanta, Van Vliet with the bucket.
Oh, tricky play by Van Vliet to beat the close coverage. Slipping pass there for the finish.
Van Vliet against Young. And he gets it to go. Young's got 40 points.
And that's what you like to see right there. A solid move to give himself some room and take it inside.
Brooks outside. Pass to Eason. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
Oh, smart dish there by Brooks to a wide open man, getting him the assist and his team some needed points.
Young dishes to Okongwu. We're just over 2.5 minutes into overtime in this exciting game. There's the screen. Here's Young. And the layup is good. Young's got the game tied up here for Atlanta.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Van Vliet against Young. They get it back.
And hustle like that is why he leads his team in rebounds tonight.
Double digits for him on the glass. He's getting it done.
Gay misses. For Houston, they've gone 3 for 5 for their shot since they got started here in overtime. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
And how about the leadership there from Van Vliet? Ready to put this team on his back and give them that crucial bucket.
Now, here is Young. Whistle blows. Basket is good. So a chance here for a three-point play.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Job at the line as usual. You can always bank on him in those situations.
Van Vliet against Young. From 12 feet out. And it's Houston with another.
Nice jump shot. Van Vliet, he can stretch the floor for you or hit there from the mid-range.
Here's Young. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Alperen Sengun.
Second team foul. At the line for the Hawks, Trae Young taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that narrows the gap to 1. And so Young nails them both.
Look, every trip to the line counts, but getting all of these was extra important.
Van Vliet against Young. Van Vliet kicks to Brooks. No good with the triple. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Hawks. To the paint. Eason against Okongwu. The 11-footer. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And the Rockets with possession here. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Van Vliet kicks to Green. Sengun with the screen for Green. His three-pointers off the mark. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. And he knows there's no for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
It's time for the Knicks team. Give yourself a round of applause.
Late in overtime, they've got a chance to take the lead.
By far the biggest possession of this game.
It's Young on the wing to take the lead. Here's Gay. Got it. But it looks like this one might get reviewed. Very close on the release. And the officials do need to look at the replay. No guarantees this outcome is going to remain the same.
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
And they're going to count it. After looking at the replay, they ruled that he got the shot off in time. GA, they've won it on the buzzer beater.
Kevin, you talk about winning it at the very last second. What a finish. Thankfully, the replay gets the officials off the hook on what would have been an awful call to miss.
And so the big win by Atlanta in a tight game. And they had some nervous moments down the stretch, but things finally came together for them in overtime.
Yeah, probably didn't anticipate that this one would be that close down the wire, but give them credit. They were able to regroup in that overtime, and this win has to feel satisfying.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. So now for Greg Anthony, Stan Van Gundy, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now our player of the game, Trae Young.